Start streaming. There we go. That's how that's supposed to work. Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. And welcome, welcome one and all. Just paste the new link. And boom. Hello. Hello. Hello to all. Welcome back to the Stanley Parable. Now, I'm finding it interesting that this came back. We're just gonna set it to there so that people can still see. And everything is fine. And I had a weird thing on the side of my screen. This is just the slider until the dog and cat are friends. What the hell? That's just cute. Alright. This is just the slider until the number 5 becomes the number 9. Confirm. This is just the slider until you stop adjusting the slider. Which of the two made-up words below is most appealing to you? Acu Bonicle or Scrumtust? Scrumtush? I have to choose Scrumtus. That's just too much. God, please don't adjust the slider. Alright. Do you know what time it is right now? Yep. Is the time that it is right now the correct time? Yes. What is time anyway? There's... Yeah, I'm just gonna click yes and get through that. Okay. Is there anything about yourself that you haven't told me? Yeah. Hell. Okay. Will you come back to visit me? Yes. What is this beginning part? What is that? I need to close and open this game more times. We need to see what the fuck that is. Cause I got one other off camera that was very weird and said I was going to have those sliders. That's very interesting. Yeah. Backrooms. Yeah. This is basically a backrooms level. This entire game is. Alright, so I did a few things off camera, so I know a few more things that we can do. Because I've run out of things I could think of.
Stanley.
Because... Well, I didn't realize this game is so
His
fucking
co-workers were
insane.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
That means I will watch stream until I die.
Ah, Stanley's bucket. The only co-worker he would ever truly need.
I'm curious.
Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek. Could his co-workers really all be gone?
I'm gonna grab a bucket and see if this changed. Getting out this window is a pain in the ass.
Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear.
We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self.
The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger, of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps, if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about? He screamed. You're a bucket!
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
Said the bucket.
not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we
Hello,
even
Gollum.
doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like...
What the heck?
My God, Stanley, you did it. You saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
What the fuck just happened?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The bucket has returned. It's back. We're not done with it yet.
Is Stanley, without the bucket, really Stanley at all? No, no, surely not.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Nope.
This was not the
We go
correct
this way.
to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Nope, we're going here first.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Ooh, careful. We jump down here. Let's see what changes in this ending if we use the bucket. We go through here. Well, for one, the narrator's voice and popping up this time. Hello, night, or right. I can't tell. That's in a weird font. Why do you eat that? What? Guys, come on. Come on, our comedy can't all be toilet humor. Come on, guys.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down, it doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
Gamborata. That's the second time we've heard Gamborata. The first time was supposedly from the bucket. Who the fuck is Gamborata?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No, one thing I want to try without the bucket.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either.
I want to
Feeling
go.
a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Sounds like a name for a 90-year-old woman.
He stepped into the
Lives in
newly
log cabin.
opened passageway.
Let's go down here real quick.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
You can go ahead and answer it for a bit.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out. Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
And I thought I was sarcastic. Holy fuck. Look down.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
Creepy hallway.
Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he?
Nah. That's too spooky. That's too spooky for me.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me. Oh my god. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this. Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No, wait. No, I need more time to process.
This was definitely not in the original. Oh my god, this is funny. I'm back rooms. Nice one, Anderson. Infinity plus 1 equals question.
All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
What does infinity plus 1 equal? Double infinity. No?
Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Anything more to say? No. Then back up we go. Oh my god, this is just funny.
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow? There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing
What
that
is 0
audiences
divided by
want
0? Same
is
thing
to be
anything
shocked
divided by
as
0 is.
loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises, to have to think and to anticipate, and then to marvel at the eventual reveal? This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years, and it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley. Because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why... Oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you, so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh, good, we're here. Okay, the room
Here we
we're
go.
having the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
We have all eyes on Stanley live on stage. World's healthiest human being. All tricks revealed. How he did it, the pyramids. Live, the guy who went to Mars. Oh my gosh. An evening with world peace, baby. Leave it to a baby to create world peace. The man, the process, the myth, the legend, the parable. Stanley from the Stanley Parable tonight live on stage. Stanley Parable
Yes,
tonight
here
live
it
on
is,
stage.
just through this door.
Q&A with world's first sentient machine. I don't want a Q&A with that. I want a blowtorch for that. Doing great. A conversation with Alexander the Great. Sure.
All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry. You'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get 'em.
Gosh. This is so fucking sarcastic, but it's fucking hilarious. An audience with the dude who came up with pizza. That mad genius! I must meet him! He must have a very Italian accent. Whoa. Down, then up, then down, then up, then down, then up again. Presented by Stanley Parable. Oh. The fuck just happened?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. As Stanley lifted his bucket, he felt a connection to all buckets everywhere. This adventure, he decided, was for all of them.
I'll pick up the bucket and see if I can access any new areas.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Let's go this way. I know there's a door that's always bugged me. I wonder if they added anything behind it.
Still no one was
If not, we
here.
can just restart the game.
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where, coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Here it is. They actually added something back here. Not just any something, an elevator. Take this down. You can hear in the music. The narrator's going along with the music. Da, 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 da. Da, da. I hear shit in the background. I'll have to come back here without the bucket and see if it does anything different from what it's about to do. Whatever that is. I still hear him in the background humming along to it. How long is this elevator ride? Anyway, how are you guys? Getting bored now, wow. That's good, Aaron. That's good. Is anyone else there, or did they all run? Except for the fact that I am in the Red Forest level of the backyard. Of course. How long is this fucking elevator? This is ridiculous. But also kind of funny. Ugh.
Nothing went Mellotron.
Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come. How long does this go? This is taking its sweet fucking time. Da 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 da. This is such a fucking long elevator ride. Holy shit. I don't know anyone's even still watching at this point. What is this? What is this route? What is this? My gosh, this better be something interesting. I'm watching. Ah. Come on. Message above is Backrooms Liquid Paint. I don't see anything. For some reason was deleted from the Wikidot. Liquid Paint was deleted from the Wikidot? What the fuck? Why the hell would they delete that? You're kidding me. We're beginning over. Holy fuck.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You know, let's go for the game ending. I want to do something with a little stupid-ass bucket.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
You have to go this way.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Hello, Blueberry Blue. Hello, Ellie Anderson. Wants me to walk through the red door? Nope, go through the blue.
Perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Welcome to Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe
We're
Edition.
communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see.
Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
There's 1, 2, 3 doors. Oh my god.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. Doors open, doors attempted, steps taken, endings achieved. There I am. You are objectively ranked the lowest of the low. I see. Why I ask some friends for help? Error, friends list empty. That's funny. Through this door.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
I'm gonna say yes.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
Being chillin'.
Let me boot it up.
Chilling.
In this game, the baby crawls left.
Oh, new Stanley Parable? Yep.
Danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Go into the fire. Go into the fire, child. I ain't doing this for 4 hours. Fuck that.
You heartless bastard.
If I want to do that, I'll do that off camera.
Do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
I hear they changed this ending, so I'm kind of curious.
This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Let's see if it's Minecraft time or if it's something else.
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game
Firewatch?
is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it.
What a fascinating venture
Yeah, this
into
is
the experience
Firewatch.
of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Damn. I should really play Firewatch on the channel, actually.
Oh no. No, it can't be.
The doors in this game always sounded like... Oh, it sounded like that. Wow, this is an almost perfect recreation of the map. Holy
It is.
shit.
It's an open world game. Good God,
John's
quickly
like-
block it off.
No!
Thank goodness, Stanley. What
Fuck
a
you.
close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing, that big open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Yeah, so some games. Hey, open world maps. Yeah.
Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
I don't think this was made with Source in it. I think they remade it in Unity.
Wonderful.
Whoa.
See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice
This
big
is-
box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost
you
here.
kidding me?
Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
What team am I on?
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
What the fuck?
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought, and I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw and general pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball.
Gimme.
Yes. Oh, goodness, that really does
Wow.
feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls.
Yes, gimme balls. My God, playing a Rocket League course while being the size of a normal
Are you
human.
enjoying this, Stanley? Are you having fun? Is this a real video game? Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over. That's right.
No!
Your little fun comes to
ball.
an end. This is my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games
back
are
and
nothing.
build that one
Yes,
tree.
that's
Alright.
what I am. I am structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving. See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much. But who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best. Take care, Stanley.
How does this end now? Before it ended by you like going into the elevator shaft and portal. I don't know where you'd go in this one. As you said, it's just a giant stadium. Very open, though. You can actually, like, see how fast the run speed is now. Do I throw myself into a goal? Guess that's what I do.
What are you doing?
Into the goal!
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Filing cabinet. It's the old trashed beta stuff. Oh, nothing there. It's the old mod. It's what the game used to be. Yeah, this is a missed opportunity that this game doesn't have a Backrooms reference. Actually, it might. We haven't seen all the endings. The source engine sounds... Well, they can be recreated in Unity. I've seen it done. I'm pretty sure Source Engine can't do half the graphics that the new version of Stanley Parable does. Yeah, this isn't OG Stanley Parable. This is Ultra Deluxe. Though, I will admit, this is... definitely... Oh.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Yeah, as I said, Jordan, there's no way that this could be made on Source because it's on other consoles now. And I know Source can only be done for PC. Because Source is weird.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on. What new mysteries lay in store for our bucket-loving heroes today? Let's find out. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Nope.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the... No. Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Here we go.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
The fuck is this? What the?
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley.
Adventure Line!
We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable.
Boom
It's
Closet
just
ending.
sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it. Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh,
Raw
I
assets,
played some silly
map
music
2.
as well.
Engine import, funk routing. Dun 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 dun.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
It's as classic now as it was back then.
What the
Let's
fuck?
do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up. Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me, it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what
A
the Bucket
bucket.
Destroyer does?
But bucket.
Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready. Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I
can't
can
toss it
hear
in.
you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The Broom Closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
Dear God.
The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
The fuck? What kind of ending was that?
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
Brightly lit. Is there something different that's about to happen? Nothing changed over by the source stores. Or choice stores. Blah.
Now this, Stanley thought to himself, this is a bucket. And indeed it was. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Oh, Tristan.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
I had to do the lose the
Coming to
narrator.
a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping
There you go. Let's see what changed when we do this with the bucket. Get ready for whatever the hell lies at the end of this. This is just silence now. I forgot the narrator just vanishes. Is there anything we can do with these? No. There you go. Skateboard Bay. Floor 760. Floor 755. Floor 756. God, could you imagine climbing up even this long? Like, I walked from the other one side of the office to the other, and now I'm walking up a shit ton of stairs. 757. 758. $758. 759. $760. Escape pod launch bay, escape. I see why the light was supposed to be dimmed. I can see the walls. What? What the fuck? What is happening? What is happening? Oh my god. We're sending just the bucket. What the fuck? Oh. What?
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
What the fuck? Oh, the bucket's gone. Maybe if I do something, I can get a new ending? Possibly. I think it's this story. Click on for the achievement. I'm gonna try this.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks. No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417, 417, 417, 45. Oh, 417.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
437? I think those are back here. Yep.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10
415.
clicks or so. Now, back to door number 437.
437, 437. Gimme.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine. All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
417, 417, 417.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
418, 419. How to climb on desk? Oh, there's a weird spot here.
Yes!
There we go.
This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door
push 16.
416.
Alright, we go this way. Okay, click.
We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
Copy machine. You're getting so hyped for that. Holy shit.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430! Yes! We did it!
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
The bucket's gone. I wonder what happens when we try to do the escape pod ending again.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's try that again.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping in.
There we go. That trigger can be finicky to find. Alright, so the bucket is just plain gone. But something might change if we go to the ending where we left it. You are now leaving, yep. Alright, all the way up. Gosh, this is a weird ending to get. Because it's complete silence through the entire ending. And this is like an ending from the original Stanley Parable, and it's just weird. $7.58. God. $7.59. $7.60. Here we go. It opens up. I don't see the bucket anywhere. And it fades to black. The end is never the end. Oh, phone call.
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
Okay. That was a weird one, okay. Replacement bucket. Love it. But hate it at the same time. There we go.
And try not to lose this one too, you dolt. Stanley took the bucket with him into this little hallway and closed the doors. This was their hideout. No one would ever find them here. Of course, no one would ever find them anyway because everyone was missing. But Stanley chose to ignore this fact and instead focus on how cool the hideout was. Just him and the bucket, two renegade heroes against the world, inside their secret, undetectable hideout, here, next to room 417. What a treat.
Wonder how long you have to stay here before we get some more dialogue. Kind of curious. So I'm just gonna sit here for a minute, since no one's watching anyway, so I don't have to give a fuck. If there is someone watching, please speak up. But currently it says that I have 0 viewers, so... Come on.
Ah, no, apparently not.
There is an ending there. I swear. He just says that. And then there's gotta be something. There's gotta be more there. Ah. Buttons will go back. No, it kills it the second you do that.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I know something happens if I sit here. Hands off the controls. Do-do-do-do-do. So how's everyone's day? If anyone's still there. Hmm.
Stanley just stood there doing nothing at all. He seems to think I have nothing better to do with my time than to sit around and describe every fascinating little detail of his inability to do anything. This is why Stanley and I are on such good terms.
Sarcasm. Gotta love it. This is just funny. Hmm. No, I just thought something we could try. What? The fuck? Alright, first off, we're gonna do
When
this.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the but
Hello,
eager
that's
to get
good.
back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Nope, we're doing this ending. But I want to see what happens
But
with the
Stanley
buckets there.
didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no,
Nope.
it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
And boom.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
Up spoilers.
Okay,
Spoilers now.
We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, hmm? Okay, from the top.
There we go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
Fuck
he
it
had
now!
simply missed a memo.
They couldn't think of an alternate thing for the confusion ending, could they?
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Or did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Alright, I guess we're exploring now. Hmm. Let's see, is there anything new we can find?
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
No! Yeah, speaking of, make an SMP that is modded like anime or something. Sure, if you can find a good anime mod.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What happens if we do this in the middle of the confusion ending? Oh, it doesn't allow us. That means it's an ending. How long do you have to sit there? How long? Just how long do you have to sit there? I'm willing to dedicate time to sitting there. I could just AFK there. I'll find out off camera and then
Yep, it's worse.
do it on camera.
I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
There's something there that'll...
Ha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Yes, retrace the steps that don't make sense. Because this hallway folds in on itself twice. We'll just go get a quick snack like we have warned everyone. Build their nation.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Where'd the door out go? Okay, it deleted the door.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
The Stanley Parable 2 adventure line. Wow. Please tell me the bucket's there so I can... can't alter the ending. Damn it. Please be an altered ending.
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story?
What a line. Yeah.
Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a
The
minute.
world just
stick with
folded
me.
on itself for a
Now,
second
we
there.
can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence.
This is
right?
the stairs to the boss's office.
Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize.
You think?
Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what?
The line's getting
I
pretty
think what
fucking
we
weird
need
too.
right now is a bit of
going on the
music
walls.
to lighten the mood.
Here's not going anywhere else. Nope. Oh yeah, you notice this? The world's about to fold in on its fucking self. Also, I wish there was a way to get in here.
Cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Study the fern. The fern has the answer to life. Oh my god. This game is fucking ridiculous.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again.
The line has failed.
How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you.
Yes, fern is power.
Everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Why is it suddenly... It's dropped to the 2 and became normal Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Okay.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for
Okay,
us?
so I was going to say
We're intelligent
TM.
people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
No, I want to follow the line. I want to follow the line. I want to follow the line.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
It just breaks through the fucking ceiling, dear God.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay,
So I know that each door has to lead somewhere.
Go in the
which
opposite
means
direction.
that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come,
What the fuck
Stanley,
is your logic?
Our destiny awaits.
No. Fine.
Oh, hold up, what's
Oh,
this?
they both live in the same spot.
The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
So, there it goes. Oh, that was the end of it.
Finally, yes, the bucket. Yes, yes, yes. I love that bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Let's go this way and try some of the other shit.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
By the way, I've already done that. It's not interesting.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Alright.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds
Good
of
for you.
confusion and chaos. It would be with him, always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
Right numbers, wrong order.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Totally, yeah, totally. Totally logical. And now we descend.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate.
It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Alright, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Mind control, eh? Not control my mind, motherfucker.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Let's do
What
this.
horrible secret did this place hold?
Yeet.
Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall. Now, what to do next? Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here. So they set up a little couch and relaxed. It really wasn't so
What the-
bad down here, a bit cold perhaps. After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was craving convenience. But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after some time,
What?
Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all. He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning.
Uh-oh.
It unsettled the bucket deeply.
What the
Stanley
fuck?
wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail. All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending. This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually. It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
And then the end is never the end, of course.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Is there anything else I haven't tried with the bucket yet? Tried that, 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 tried that.
One man, one bucket, one chance to seize their destiny together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Nope,
This
run
was
right.
not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the... No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
There has to be something there anything else over here other than stupid Stan Marine thing?
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend.
I was
So
trying
he
to see if
threw
I could
himself to
jump
his
there.
death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
That's not what I wanted. God damn it. That was not purposeful.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. It's bucket time.
See, I can't go to the confusion ending. I can't go to the games ending. What other endings have I not tried? I haven't tried the keep the baby from the fire thing, but that takes four actual hours of gameplay. And I'm not doing that. At least not on stream. Because fuck that. It's gotta be something. Something I haven't thought of yet. Oh boy.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
There's so many fucking endings in this, it's ridiculous.
This was not the correct way to
I
the
forget
meeting
if I've tried
room.
unplugging
Stanley
the
felt
phone.
The bucket calling to him, telling
Down
him
this
that
way.
the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
This ending is so fucking weird.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone?
This bucket is
Were you
gone.
trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke.
Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket.
Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last?
What the hell is
How
this?
can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, Can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body.
What?
These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor.
What
The
the?
entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Dunny with the funny.
Good.
That's funny
This
as
saying
hell.
is a perfect example
Oh
of
my God.
expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all,
What the hell?
what each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threatened our very existence, and who very likely
What the
die in a
fuck?
hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be
What
prepared to
is
give
that?
our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may
What the
Earth reign supreme.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
What was that? What the fucking hell was that? Oh my god. Ah. Can't defy him. This is like the reality
I can
ending.
feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video.
I'm so sorry for
Otherwise,
leaving. I
who
wanted
knows where we'd be right
to
now.
do Markiplier's space
Well, it
thing.
wouldn't be the king
Oh!
of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Yeah, Markiplier in space just looks like a really funny thing. Actually, I've already done it like once. So really, I know it's a funny thing, but, you know, the rest of it looks funny too. What I didn't get to see. Anyway, continuing with this ending. Alright. You know, there's one thing I haven't seen yet. And I know it's here somewhere. The unending or bottomless hole. Because I know that's a thing. I know it exists, just don't know how to get to it.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Yep, this way.
we're back at the phone already? No, what's going on? There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point, a dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten phone room comes immediately after the boss room. Egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my... Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Now you're back.
What? We're back at the phone already? No. Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Aww. Why are you so underrated? I love watching you blue so much. My God, Blueberry Blue, thank you. Dear God. Thank you. That's very sweet.
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame?
He's trying to land the pale thing. Hey, it is made of yeah.
Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun.
He's trying so hard to make a fucking pun about the bucket.
I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More
That looks weird.
instructional videos. Let's see.
And boom. The end is never the end. 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 The end is never the end.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
Now to get rid of you, narrator. I gotta think here. Where have I not been with the damn bucket? Or where have I not been with myself? Other than this place.
Oh, and I guess this is where Stanley felt he needed to be right now, in this little hallway. Here, with no distractions, to study room 417. Not to actually enter it. No. That would be far too forward. Stanley wanted to know it from the outside. To see it not just with his eyes, but with his heart. He would know room 417 as no man or woman had ever known an office before. That ladder over there. Oh, and that little picture of a horizon or something. It's all just a never-ending parade of joy for Stanley.
I don't know if this is an ending, but I want to try it. It's entirely possible this is an entirely new ending. They had it in the original and didn't do anything. So far as we know. Kind of curious. So I'm just gonna sit here for a minute. How is everyone? How is everyone? How is everyone? How was y'all's day? Can I watch another one of your vids? I'm asking because you will lose a viewer, but I will come back. Yeah, sure. Sure, you can go. I'm literally just going to be sitting here for a minute, so. See if I can trigger any new hidden dialogue. Because this place has a fucking trigger when you go either way out. So there has to be some kind of time trigger. Which would be very interesting. If it doesn't have a time trigger, missed opportunity for a possible really secret ending. That would actually be really funny. Welcome back, Blueberry Blue. Nothing seems to be happening. Well, you're fast. Yeah, I'm fast at crouching. And yes, they are fast. Those are extremely fast, actually. Come on. Come on. Trigger something. 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 I already know there's another person. There's another person in this fucking building. I know that. So, I don't know how to trigger that one. I know there's someone supposedly following me, because occasionally the narrator says so. I have seen an actual person walking through this building, so I know that there's someone else, and I'm curious if they're tied to an ending, which would be really cool. Okay, we're going.
Ah, no. Apparently, it's bucket time.
Yeah, I can't even. I'm not gonna sit there for that long.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Choices. You know, let's see what happens if we turn on the mind control with the bucket. I don't think we've tried that yet.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was coming to a staircase. Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, This is certainly the most logical explanation.
Sure. Two, 8, 4, 5, and there we go. All the way down. All the way the fuck down.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
I know we've turned this off with the bucket, but we haven't turned it on with the bucket.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it
Welcome back,
barely
Ants.
burst
Welcome
into
back.
tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Yeah, once I have this one neat trick. I can remember most everything just by,
Was the bucket under the mind control
slight
facility's influence
hints.
as well? Had the bucket been told
Like,
to do
I can
things
recall
it didn't
things
wish
when
to
I
do?
need to.
What
So I can recall
things
every
does
ending
the
from this
bucket
game
want
when I need to.
or not want to do
It's-
in the first place?
It's weird. Any other time, if I don't need to,
Furiously
you can ask me, I won't fucking remember it, but when I need it, it's there. It's fucking weird.
No!
It's like my memory just associates things with certain things, and then immediately recalls those memories.
Never.
It's fucking weird.
Squeeze the bucket tighter. His one
It's the only way I can
friend
explain
in
it.
the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
And also, yes, I've played through like
But here was the
30
proof.
endings of this by now.
The heart of the operation. Controls labeled
I
with
better have
emotions,
memorized.
happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system. But at
Not
the
today.
last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds. Silly, silly birds. The control buttons
The
became
fuck?
active again.
Silly birds.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible
the
discovery. Stanley and the bucket
That's
never
a-
found
that's a
freedom because they
really
spent the
rare
rest
species
of
of
their
toucan.
lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable.
I have not. Is
Of
that
all
oh,
the
this one's
possible paths
weird
his life could have taken,
penguin types? Is that
this one was surely the best, and
hummingbirds?
Stanley was happy.
They're cute. Is that a cassowary? No, it's not a cassowary. I don't know what that was. That was like some kind of ostrich or emu. What the fuck? The fuck kind of ending was that? You inspired me to make backgrounds in Minecraft, and I'm working on level 5. My goal is level 12. Ah. God damn it. I would like to try the go back to the office ending
It's bucket time.
or stay in the office ending, but I can't get the bucket. Which changes the fucking endings.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
Wait, I just saw something. Back to the beginning.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Hey, SPC, I can't publish Minecraft mods. I'm
Stanley came to a
gonna
set of
send you
open
my
doors. He entered the door on his left.
Minecraft Backrooms mod as a zip file tomorrow. Yeah, okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Being a shadow cat, it's because I can't make custom models. Ah.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he
I did that
be
backwards.
all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
I forgot this part was here.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Alright. Here we go. Here we go. Forward. Oh. Did I just get caught on... No, I guess that is a gap there.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, whatever.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought.
You know, I wish the
himself.
skip button
Did he have
existed
the
in this.
strength to find out.
I'll send you the Backrooms mod, but I play on Bedrock Edition. Ah.
Now,
I mean, I have
on
Bedrock
was
Edition,
jumped
but...
to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of
I just
so
don't play
many
it much.
individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I have it mainly for, a few people I
This
know that
mind
can't play
control
Java.
facility, it was too
with mods
horrible
and
to
stuff.
believe it couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this
I
the
don't
only
have
reason
PC.
he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
And boom.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it
Does
even
that one say
possible?
pirate?
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation.
Yeah, I got
Controls
to
labeled
sleep.
with
See ya.
emotions.
Okay, letter Blueberry
Happy
Blue.
Or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
See ya. Alright. On.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated?
Fail safe.
All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock.
And
these are precious additional seconds.
5.
Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
Found a bug.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you.
Found a missed opportunity.
That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death.
Found a missed
You're only
opportunity.
still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your
This is
inevitable
so-
life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
Boom. Yeah, he's psycho. He's psychopath. The end is never the end, 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 is never. The end is never the end, the end is never the end.
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately. and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
That was just ridiculous. Well, I just can't seem to find anything new now. I think I've done just about everything. Except for some of, like, the basic Stanley Parable endings. Which I guess I'll show off one more.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. And here it was, the lounge. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Shut the fuck up, narrator.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's
Wow, I
all,
got into the
Stanley.
corner.
You need to be the one to do this, to reach out.
Shut the fuck up and just bring me to this area.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Yep.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
No. Fuck you. Go to hell.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
No. 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 Pissing hell, fine.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Is there anything I can actually do? Someone who lives in Brazil, I can confirm the video I sent you in DMs is true. Ah.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Jade, watch TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job.
Hold on. Actually, I clicked my recording bind key. Thanks, game.
First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions.
Yellow line TM.
Down another was a game with a baby, and he called it the Stanley Parable.
Jay, tell your good story. God damn.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he
Yep, I managed to push the second button in time.
relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope
Everything
that
is
it would
becoming-
never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there
427.
possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing
My
the
wife
same
is a
buttons
doll.
he always has. Nothing has changed.
Burn
The
it.
longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not
He
hear
had work
me?
in the morning.
How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Gee, question nothing.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button.
Please
And I
die.
tried
Oh my
again,
god.
And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
And I died. And I'm thinking that's all I have for this round. I will try to discover if there's more endings I don't know about. Because if I can figure out how to get to them, then I can get some more stuff. Yeah, that is sad. That is very sad. But yeah. If everyone has enjoyed, if you wish to join the ranks of the SCP Foundation, don't forget to shoot that like button, slay those comments, and contain that subscribe button. Anyway, guys, I'll see you all next video, live stream, or whatever I do next. Peace! Peace, guys. Hope everyone did enjoy. This was very fun, as always. Peace, guys.